such stupidity. And the contents of this document is a plan, a strategy for the plunder of Ghana. Name all the presidents of Ghana whose family was so stupid, acted like imbeciles, that they could sit and plan that, let us rob the nation.
Abusia me mwakwaba mesre se obe subscribe to Big Eye Africa TV na adie bia ide betum bia no wonsa betimi aka na watimi ahyebi ene Agyapadie Book aba bonten a yakenkan emu nsem no eya de nsem aba na adie ba ko e wonwane se obi a yabo ne din ewo book no mu bia no entimi nya kokuduro mba bonten entimi nyi na no se ensem a Ghana for eka no enye nokore. Abusia wo kenkan book ni bia ebemu onyante ase said Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ene achema busua no wo pese wo de Ghana man efa kwan bi so a ehu yie pa na ensem bu wo book no mu a wo de betoto ne a esi wo Ghana ho a na kire se eye nokore. Asofo mpanyimfo bi din apiem wom the likes of Agyinasare Mensa Otabel ene wo mo keka ho na ensentrofo mienu bi di apie wo mu a etwetwe aso kakra Kwame Sefa kan a oye Peace FM kokroko host no ana afin so Paul Adom Okyere ensem a book no eka no wo de toto niema ACC form ho a na kire se eye nokore ebeye den na nipa bi ebetena se abopo se yenturo book bi anase yenye niema bi a ebekwa atia oman Ghana ne yetimi afa oman na Agyapadie nyina ede ama yabusua. One of Ghana's renowned journalists anidin ede kwasiche dakwa KKD ede abufuo akeka ensem ede akire Akufo-Addo ene na chema busua no atemudidie de ode bi mom yie pa
the whole nation and do whatever they want and get away with it, because either the president is unconcerned or the people close to him are unconcerned, or it is all part of the plunderous scheme.
Speaking of a plunderous scheme, I would like to read the next two paragraphs very quickly. It says, when we have finally captured the command and control sectors of the country for our private use, we would then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of this country under the reign of the House of F00lish.
And it continues.
I will repeat that and continue in the next paragraph. Don't worry.
Go on then.
When we have finally captured the command and control sectors of the country for our private use, we would then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of this country under the reign of the House of F00lish.
Such nonsense.
To be specific,
such
we
nonsense.
need to strengthen our efforts to control the mineral resources as well as the electricity and water institutions. The success of this project depends on the way in which we, for the time being, control the judiciary and the press.
Well, you've stated it clearly. You know, I know that the journalists do not want to be participants in the argument. A lot of them want to be sitting on the fence and acting as though they were referees. But our journalism needs to be ethical, and I'm happy that you have chosen to be an ethical journalist, especially over the last 2 years. We must be able to see what is right and say, I love you, but this is right, and I will support you. And what is wrong and say, I love you, and this is wrong, so I will not support you. 2 days ago, a leading member of the NPP spoke to me. He says, Kwesi, why are you asking me questions about this 34.9 million deal that has been given to the president's daughter? And I said, I'm asking you.
But hold it there.
Yep.
Hold it there.
Yep. Go on then.
The bit about given to the president's daughter.
Yep.
We do know that she has some linkages to someone who has got the contract.
See,
just for clarity.
I stopped beating about the bush.
Just for clarity.
Me asantini don't know me money in chain. Me bo don't know na pampum. Me mo don't know in chain. Me bo don't know na pampum. If I register a business and I appoint Benjamin because of your knowledge and your chutzpah to run the business, the profits of the business accrue to me. If my partner registers a business, same way the profits of the business accrue to us. So when I asked that, and then he asked that question, I said, I'm not asking because it's the president's daughter. I want them to prosper. They'll be made up of other diverse peoples. We have to assert our old selves and ensure that we no longer continue to live in the shadows of other kings and people whose forebears we defeated in wars. In spite of our tremendous contribution to this Ghana entity, Ochimai has not been credited with the appropriate awe and grandeur that we rightly deserve in recent times. Such stupidity. And the contents of this document is a plan, a strategy for the plunder of Ghana. Name all the presidents of Ghana whose family was so stupid, acted like imbeciles, that they could sit and plan that, let us rob the nation. Now, when we go straight into this document later, I will show you what is happening in Ghana. And the fact that they can even name men of God. Otabil is named in there. That if he doesn't follow their plan, they will expose him and the women that he has been with, and they will deprive him of his following in church. It's all in the document. What stupidity. And we are sitting there as a nation. We have prosecutors, magistrates, judges, a police system, and you're seeing that the contents of this thing is happening. And you're sitting there, twiddling your thumbs, scratching your balls, tickling your armpits and laughing.
It's morning television. Let's season what we're saying.
The plunder of state is real.
Yeah.
And we cannot pretend we do not see it.
And we are...
The plunder of state is real.
We are by no means saying that whatever name dropping, whatever names have been mentioned and churches and all of that, we are not...
They are in the document.
We are not the author of this document. It's merely from that document.
From the document.
Reading. So it's not something that we personally are saying.
And not a single name in that document has stepped up to say, no, I am not part of this folly, not part of this greed, not part of this stupidity, not part of this treachery. This is sabotage.
Let me read another portion.
This is sabotage of state.
Let me add this portion. It says, although the Asante group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024, it would be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. With hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to a non-Akan person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. This thing has been around. If
no matter what hard work Bawumia and his team may have done, this document positions him as a stooge.
Because this is circa 2020.
You read it back then. I read it back then. But like I said, I just thought these were musings of a fool, musings of a madman. But now, over 3.5 years, looking after it, and especially in a nation where some people have sat down to craft a document, which I initially said, oh, this is just stupidity on steroids. It is just the imaginings of the iniquitous, inebriated people who are just talking hogwash.
You're talking about the
Agyapadie document. And then I have looked closely over 3.5 years, and I have seen everything they have stated in that document happening. And if you will permit me, I want to read just the introduction of that document. Because like I said, in the beginning, I said this is hogwash, the imaginings of a fool. But right now, I see it is the plan of the plunderers. It says, to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will of a nation is prepared. To our foremost king, Okyere, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. As the heirs of Nana Pianin, Kwaframa, Nana Kuntunkununku, and Okyere, our people were never defeated in the wars of old. Such bloody idiots. We were nobody's subjects, and yet after 1957, we were made to live in the shadows of the descendants of people who never defeated us in war, while the Asante kingdom was uplifted to put us in the shade. In relatively recent times, the struggles and works of J.B. Dankwa to restore Ochimai to its original glory were thwarted, but he fought bravely to the end. And they continue. With the arrival of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I added the full name because
it says only Nana there, but you're adding.
Yeah, exactly. I've added that. That's why I'm stating it. We see the rebirth of a second J.B. Dankwa who has come to the rescue. Fully cognizant that we are currently part of the modern nation of Ghana, the name of which was originally proposed by the illustrious son of Okyere, lie. J.B. Dankwa wanted Ghana to be called Akan land. He is not the one who proposed the name Ghana. Let's get the facts right. You can glorify your father, but if your father was a drunk, you cannot say he's the archbishop. No. Glorify your father for the good things he has done. He's helped a few school children. He has married more women than, necessary because maybe the women were cheap in that area or things were so hard for everybody.
I think we can say that.
And all you are doing is plundering state resources because you want Ghana to be controlled by the House of Oforipenyi. Na Kwame Nkrumah mpo a oje fa ho die emma Ghana no chiro mo asem we. And ask yourself, they be listen. Why don't look, stupid is in the dictionary for a reason.
What the TV so? A man for a show.
I was so and
somebody be a walking canoe.
Massa, if you're not at it, you see what it is. Yankasa, who you pay a ferry when you catch us or at it. And Yana Nebeka, the Chiam Nebeka. If you say Sabiota Frache,
but they can say cheaper now.
Or Maya Sabiota Frache. Yan to mean show being conscious say, or ye crow for no. Near catch and say, or ye Omokan sample, or ye astute businessman. What ye crom for, ye crom for. Benny Madoff, no ye crom for. Why don't they was saying? No ye crom for, ye man, 120 years in prison. Ne babako committed suicide. Wo your man sika ma won kwa won ma na won kwa webusuafo. It's your mining kai ne yanya ne den. Go to the banking sector. Mother. Control of the mother is essential to control the industry. So far, the head of the mother and its first deputy are strongly aligned to our cause. They are from our compound, and we perceive no threat from these two. The second deputy appeases the gender advocates and is also not a source of discomfort. In this vein, there is no need for changes in those places. And see, say Bank of Ghana penny no okobo besia bone na ni nyinara no sebe ohwe na ode mamunko na mudi. Na sebe otafracha wonko awo rekoto a wonko awo kochima na pa ma otutwitwa. Munnimu say nyansa na munsua.
Okay, so, I'm not saying don't say. It's truth
has to be told, because every Ghanaian child must read this document and realize the thieves and plunderers that we have given the positions of authority. The thieves and plunderers. No,
in Parliament.
I mean, kafie kasanaga na fuanti. Emre yeninka so. Omaye Agyapadie wo hoi. Sa we osisifuo, we nibrefuo, sa we kronfuo, we pesaminkuminya o, Omaye Agyapadie wo hoi, ye tafre ho siesie ejama echirima, ma wo mo nso betoa so ye ne yie. Ehemu den, ya hemu ma. Ye nresa ye mene, emene ye ninka so.